What's up everybody, this is number 12 here, and today we're going to be continuing the second part of the tier list. Now last time I said that we're going to do each part of the tier list by the character pages. So the first character page was Naruto all the way through Rin. Now this part we're going to do Sasuke all the way through Mafune. Now there are some rules to my tier list, but they will be down in the description below if you have forgot them or you just don't know how the rules of my tier list. But without further ado, let's get started.
Where did you?
So the very first character we have is Sasuke Uchiha, Rena Sharingan Sasuke. So Rena Sharingan Sasuke is an amazing character at this game. I would say you can't put him below B tier. I'd say that's the limit. He's just too good of a character in this game. So his combos are really good. They do a lot of damage and they're very quick and they are easy to cancel out with. Pretty much that's all Sasuke's combos. They're all kind of have decent range, decent speed, good power to them. So they're all pretty good and easy to use as well. So the one thing that this character kind of lacks is guard pressure most of the time. It's very hard to actually crush the guard, but that's not what Sasuke's supposed to do. So his combos are, I would say, good. His air combo is average, nothing too special about it. His tilt and his grab are amazing. His hitbox on his grab is actually gigantic and it lasts there for a while. Not a lot of grabs actually last in this game. His tilt is, at first glance it doesn't seem like a good tilt really, but I have seen players use his tilt in amazing ways. You can use it to interrupt a person's combo and you can just switch and take the advantage. This is huge because there's not a lot of tilts that can actually do this. I think he's one of the very few that you just use instantly and you can get the advantage off your opponent. So his tilt and his grab are pretty much amazing. They're really good. And of course Sasuke's jutsus are just amazing, and plus this Sasuke has access to one of the, if not the best projectile in the game, which is Inferno style fireball jutsu. That is just one of the best ones, or if not the best one. I'm not even too sure. But yeah, and plus he has a pretty hard ultimate jutsu cancel, but it's easy once you practice with it. So with all that, I'm actually gonna put Sasuke in A tier. I was gonna put him in S tier, but he's not really S tier material because he's not busted or overpowered. He's just a really good character name. I would put him at the top of A tier if I was actually ranking them like kind of in order, but he's an insanely good character. Next character on the list we have Ems Sasuke, Eternal Makinko Sharingan Sasuke. So this Sasuke was actually broken. So in Revolution, well, I guess I'll get to it. But so far his combos are very easy. They're very powerful and they're very fast, and they have, I think this Sasuke has the biggest hitbox out of all the teenager Sasuke. He has the biggest hitbox and it's huge. So his combos are just overall just really good. His air combo, the first two hits have amazing range. I believe it's just a Chidori and he just has amazing range on that. So his air combo is magnificent. His tilt is just a projectile that goes full screen, but it's still really good because it's a projectile and you can just switch out whenever a person literally just starts coming to you, but it staggers the opponent, so you can just take the advantage on that and get pressure on them. But still, this is actually a really good tilt. His grab is huge. It's actually huge. His grab is really good as well. Of course, he's a Sasuke, which means he has an arsenal of jutsus that he can do, so that's also a big plus. But the one thing that is kind of really good, specifically for the Sasuke, is the fact that his ultimate jutsu actually has invincibility on startup, actually throughout the entire ultimate jutsu. So in Revolution, like I was saying before, players you can kind of used to spam this because it had invincibility, and I believe it's the same in this game. Even until right now, he still has invincibility and you can't punish him. You can kind of just get out for free, and that is huge in this game because when you give a character that has one of two things in fighting games, super armor and invincibility, it really just makes the game not fun. Now when you make one of those abilities exclusive to one character, that just kind of means that he's kind of busted, and this Sasuke is kind of busted mainly because of that fact. If it wasn't for his invincibility, I would put him in A tier, But because of that, I'm actually gonna put him in S tier. This is actually a really good character. Everything on him is just flawless, no disadvantages whatsoever. And the fact that he just has an invincible ultimate that he can get out safely is pretty wild. Next up, we got Sasuke Uchiha, which is the 5 Kage Summit, which is my favorite Sasuke out of all the Sasukes in this game. It's just amazing. So 5 Kage Summit, I would say he has one of the best guard pressure combos of any Sasuke. He can just maul down the guard whenever he wants. Like, it's very hard to get him off. He's definitely a very skill-based Sasuke, so his combos are probably the best out of all the Sasuke, just because he can kind of gel you down and you can't really do anything about it unless you have a good support to get him off you. So his combos are on point. His air combo is also really good because with his air combo he kind of reset on the person's guard and get another combo off and kind of keep resetting. So his pressure is really awesome. His tilt is not the best. It's actually kind of bad. Oh, it's not bad. It's okay. It's strictly just average. It can be used, but there's better tilts in this game. His grab range is okay. It's not huge, but it's pretty good for Sasuke. His air combo, I said his air combo is really good. Of course, he's a Sasuke, which means he has 4 jutsus, which 2 of them aren't really that good. Inferno style can confirm some damage off, and Fire style and Chidori are probably your best bet, which those are really good jutsus for the Sasuke to have, especially Chidori. And his ultimate jutsu, it is a little bit hard to cancel into. I wouldn't say it's the easiest, but it's definitely not the hardest. He's just it's not really that easy. But this Sasuke definitely has its limits. He's definitely not as good as the other 2 Sasukes we were discussing before. But I think this Sasuke deserves to be in B tier. Yeah, I think he deserves to be in B tier. He's a really solid character, but he's not an amazing character like the other Sasukes. Now we got Taka Sasuke. So this Sasuke is probably the most underrated Sasukes out of all the Sasukes. I see no one playing this character when he has some really decent stuff. So of course he's a Sasuke, which means all of his combos are really good. And this Sasuke and Hebe Sasuke are pretty much clones of each other, but with slightly different materials. So of course this Sasuke's combos are just overall they got range, they're pretty fast, they're easy to cancel out of, kind of a good beginner character. So of course his combos are going to be good. His air combo is pretty average. His tilt is, I wouldn't say it's good, because it doesn't go that far with the Chidori Sharp Spear, and it really doesn't go anywhere actually, and it's very small. And his grab is okay. It doesn't have that much range, but it's just very fast. But it's just simply just okay. And yeah, and he has an arsenal to, I think, Chidori and Fire Style, and that's about it. And which those are very good jutsus for any scenario. So I think this Sasuke deserves to be in B tier. Oh, there is one other thing I almost forgot. This is the only Sasuke that is able to cancel up into the Chidori Sharp Spear. That actually combo into it. He's the only Sasuke, which that does put him higher on the tier list because he has a lot of DPS that he can dish out. But I still think this Sasuke deserves to be in B tier, just because there's nothing overwhelmingly good about him. He's just a very good, solid character. And now we have the last version of Sasuke we're going to talk about, which is Sasuke Uchiha Hebe. So this Sasuke is very similar to the Taka Sasuke. It's very similar, almost the exact same, but just some minor difference. So the combos are good. Air combo is average. Also, in his combos, this Sasuke actually does have an infinite combo. His tilt is actually not good either. It doesn't go that far range, and it's one of those tilts that goes into a combo, which is basically useless because the combo tilts are really not that good unless they do a lot of damage, which none of them I don't think do in this game. His grab is okay. It just goes up. He has a very good arsenal of jutsus, which also works for support as well. And his ultimate jutsu is pretty easy to cancel into because of his infinite combo. So I'm gonna put him in the same tier as Taka Sasuke. There's nothing too good about this Sasuke. He's just a good, solid character, but definitely not bad either. Next we got Orochimaru. So Orochimaru, is again another underrated. Actually, this whole list is going to be a lot of underrated characters. No one really plays these characters a lot, but Orochimaru is a very underrated character. So he has a lot of good tools as well. So his combos, they don't have a lot of range, but they're very fast. They're very fast, and they have decent guard pressure, especially as his air combo, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But his combos are good, I would say, for Orochimaru. I don't think he gets out prioritized by a lot of people just because he's very fast. His air combo actually has decent range, and it does very good guard pressure. So his air combo is actually very good. His tilt is actually garbage. It's too long, and it's a combo, I believe, which it kind of don't work like that. So and plus you can get punished very easily. His combo is actually just trash. His grab is really good. It has very good range, and it doesn't leave wide open, but that doesn't matter because it has very good range, which means it's pretty much gonna hit majority of the time. So it's very good grab. And his jutsu, so his snake barrier jutsu, is very good support. And if you use it as Orochimaru, it's a get out of jail free tool, pretty much, because you can't get punished. Besides with projectiles, and as support, it's amazing. It mauls down on. It really does protect you from your opponent. It just mauls them down. And his other jutsu, which was I forgot what it was called. The blade dance, that's one. That's pretty good for busting down the guard. It's okay support, but that's very good for Orochimaru. I think Orochimaru is a very good character in this game, so that's why I'm gonna put him in B tier. I think he's a very good, solid character for supports or for actually using Orochimaru for him. All right, now we got Kabuto Sage Mode. So Kabuto, this version of Kabuto has always been one of my favorites just because of how creative this character is. I think because, I don't know, he's something that just drew me towards him, so I played him a lot. And I can confidently say that I am very confident in my answer for his tier. So his combos, he has very slow combos. They do have big range, but the first 4 hits of his combo are very slow, and they don't have a lot of range at all, which means he can easily get out prioritized by a mid-tier person with decent range like Kabuto, Snake Cloak, or Mei, or A, or anyone with decent range. He can get out prioritized and outranged. Second, his air combo is kind of garbage because, again, a lack of range, which he desperately needs. His tilt is very unique. It's a trap that goes 4 ways, and you can set it up into having 12 snakes on the battlefield, which is very unique. I would say his tilt is actually good. His tilt is good, but people don't use it. But his tilt is actually very good. It's probably one of the only good things about this character. And also his grab. His grab is insanely slow, and it barely has any range. Now, it's not Itachi short range, but it's still pretty short in terms of a grab. Now his jutsu, which is, I forgot what jutsu, Sage Art Scattering Rays Jutsu. So this jutsu is pretty much a jutsu where he spits out 4 dragons and they go 4 directions. And as support, it's really not that good because for some reason the jutsu kind of misses most of the time, which is very inaccurate. And using it as Kabuto himself, you can get a lot of damage off, but it's not really the best projectiles in the game. It's actually one of the worst because it does no guard pressure whatsoever. It is very inaccurate, and it doesn't really have a lot of power by itself. So overall, he has one of the worst jutsus, I would say, in the game. Not the worst, but probably like one of the worst, and his ultimate jutsu is very easy. So with all that, he just has a lack of speed holding him back, and just a lack of, it reaches like a speed and range, really. That you can make it work, but he's just kind of bad. So I think this is going to be the first character in this part to be on the D tier list. I can confidently say that because I used to play him a lot, and he's just not good. Next up, we got Kabuto Yakushi, which is the Snake Cloak. So this one is a complete 180. So if you saw my video of how to use this Kabuto, you know that his combos are very good. This character actually has range on him and speed as well. It's not a lot, but it's definitely decent. It's average enough to put him at the decent level of a character. His combos are very good. They have very good guard pressure. He has an infinite combo, which his combo kind of surrounds and is really good. His air combo is pretty average. His tilt is very unique, but I would say it's on a little bit below average just because it could be better. If the smoke lasted for a while, then I would say this is probably a good tilt, but I think it's pretty bad. You can use it in a way, but you can just use another tilt or something else and you can have much more success. His grab is very good. It's very fast and it's very long too. And if you're using your combo, you won't know it's coming unless it already hit you. His jutsu is very good, I would say, just because use it as Kabuto, it gets a lot of damage off and it pushes them away. And that you can get like 50% off just an infinite combo and a jutsu, which is insane to me. And the fact that as support, it's also really good because it goes in a straight line and it covers you, which is really good. So it's decent support, and his ultimate jutsu is very good as well. So this is probably a stretch, but I'm actually gonna put this Kabuto in A tier. So far, there's nothing garbage about him. He's a very good, solid character with very good range. Next up, we have the regular Kabuto. So this Kabuto is on the bit of the average side. So he's not bad, but I would say he's a bit average. So with this Kabuto, his combos are very fast, I would say. Fast not in the traditional sense, but that they end quickly and they do a lot of damage, which is very strong in the story, especially his down combo. It's instant and gets a lot of damage off. He doesn't have a lot of range, which means he can get out of range pretty easily by even some mid-tier characters, I would say. Like, they're not at all that good. He does have decent guard pressure as well, especially with his up combo and his air combo leaking up into the ground. Decent pressure. His tilt is it's okay. So it's a tilt that pretty much teleports to the opponent, but you can tell when he's about to teleport to you, which means it's not really that good like Naruto's. Like it's not instant, but it's still a teleport tilt. So I would say it's okay. His grab is insanely fast, and his jutsu is okay. It's definitely not the best, not even close actually, but it will work for getting pressure off. So I would say this Kabuto kind of deserves to be in C tier. He's not an amazing character. He's just kind of just overall average. You can do some work with him. This time we got Sugetsu. So if you asked me to make this tier list when the characters first came out, I would say Sugetsu would probably be in F tier or D tier, because when he first came out, he was kind of bad. He got access to one of the worst uses in the game, and also his attack speed and the first hit of his attack was atrocious. Now they kind of buffed him a little bit, so now he moves way quicker than what I remember. And now he can actually use his sword, which means he has a lot of range and he has very good attack speed as well. So his combos are actually on point now. His air combo is actually very good too, because he holds a sword, which means he has a lot of range with that sword, especially with the air combo. His tilt is not good at all. I would say that's a pretty trash tilt. Doesn't provide you no use with anything. His grab is actually very quick. Doesn't have a lot of range, but it's actually very quick. So me using the combo, get a quick grab off, and it will probably work. And it goes into a strike back, I think, which is also a very good plus. He still does have access to one of the worst jutsus in the game, which is the Water Style Water Dragon Jutsu. I think the jutsu is trash. It's very inaccurate most of the time, and it doesn't do a lot of damage naturally. So it's just kind of bad. I'd rather you say use Fire Style instead of this jutsu. But in terms of Sugetsu, I would say Sugetsu deserves to be in C tier. If it was before, I would put him in D tier, like I said before. But C tier is pretty good for Sugetsu. He's alright. Jugo. Now Jugo is one of the most, probably like the very definition of an underrated character. So Jugo has a lot of good materials, and I highly encourage you guys to play Jugo probably after this tier list so you can see what I'm talking about. So Jugo, usually when it comes to like big characters, they're kind of slow or they're kind of hard to cancel out with. You know, that's kind of a stereotype. But Jugo kind of breaks that stereotype. He's not fast, but he does have a lot of range, and he's very fluent to cancel out with. He has more range than you think. He has a lot of vertical momentum and intense guard pressure if you know how to use them correctly. So his combos are, I would say, very solid, not amazing, just solid. His air combo is just average. His tilt, it's a good dash in, which means I would say it's okay. I've seen worse tilt, so this is just an okay tilt. His jutsu, I would say, is very underrated. So using as Jugo, he literally just gets a lot of damage off if you know like the correct cancel, or even if you just want to use it on a person's guard, it demolishes the guard. Plus, the best thing is you can cancel it and go straight into a combo and still demolish the guard. So he's one of the very best people for just destroying the guard. As support, it's still pretty good because you can use it as a get out of jail free card if you want to debate your opponent, so to speak, or to have him cover you. So he's a very this is a very underrated jutsu. His ultimate jutsu is very easy to cancel with. I dare say that Jugo belongs in B tier. I think he really does belong in B tier. And also, I forgot about his best thing, which he actually does have the longest range grab in the game. It is insane how long his grab is, and it can literally just be spammed, and it honestly, you can kind of get away with it too, scot-free, if you're fast enough or you have correct protection, that's insane. So yeah, I would say Jigo deserves to be in B tier. Next up, we have Karen. Now, Karen is one of those characters that people usually pick because of one thing about him, and this thing about him that is their support. Karen has one of the best supports in the entire game, which we're gonna get into in a little bit. So Karen's combo, she has decent range, decent speed. Her combos are actually pretty good, which if you know how to play her. Her air combo sucks. It's actually atrocious. Her tilt is okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. And she actually has pretty decent grab range. So overall, like without even talking about her jutsu, she actually has pretty decent stats. She's at least C tier material with just her stats as well. Like, you can pretty much wreck with Karen if you know how to use her correctly. And her jutsu, which this solidifies the whole thing. So it is a perfume that lowers the defense, the speed, and poisons the opponent. If you have her on supports, oh my goodness, this is the most annoying thing on the planet, especially solo support, which she just has one of the top 5 best supports in the entire game. So just because of those materials right there, I think she deserves to be in B tier. If she did not have a good support, I would probably put her in D tier or C tier. But that support really brings her up, and it solidifies how good of a support she really is. Alright, so now we're getting to one of the best characters in the game, which is Hashirama. So there's 2 versions of Hashirama. We're gonna do Alive Hashirama first. So Alive Hashirama has one of the most fun gameplays I've ever played in the Storm games. He has a very probably the most combo fanatic character, one of the most combo fanatic characters in this game. He is all about combos, about pressure, and about just getting damage off through his combos. So his combos are, the best thing about him is it comes to something amazing. They got good range, they got good speed, and they got kind of no lag on them whatsoever. You can feel like you do whatever you want with him. His air combo is very short, but if you use it to get guard pressure off and to reset your reset on the guard, it's really good. Like, it resets to another combo, just demolishes that guard. His tilt is pretty good, I would say. It has I can't say this word, invincibility frames on startup, and if you do land it, it actually goes into a strike back, which is very unique. So I would say it's a pretty good tilt, and his grab is, I would say it's average normally, but I'm gonna put it a little bit above average just because you can actually get a combo off this tilt, surprising with the combo character. So if you know how to use them correctly, you can just get a full-on air combo or even a grounded combo if you really know how to use them. His jutsu, as Hashirama, is alright. It does a lot of damage. If you know how to link it up into his combos, you can get like a clean 50% without even really trying or using like half your chakra. But using that support is really not that good. It doesn't go that far, and it's not really overall that good, really. So with all this being said, I'm actually gonna put Alive Hashirama Senju in A tier, just because of his combos alone. and the fact that he can just maul you down and just get you down. Oh, here we go. Now we have one of the best characters in the entire game, which is the first Hokage, Hashirama Senju, reanimated. So with this, he's very different from his alive counterpart. As you probably know, he has the biggest hitbox in the entire game. The first hit is gigantic and it's fast. Then the rest of the combo is a literal tree in front of you. So of course it's going to have a gigantic hitbox and some of the most best guard pressure in the entire game. Not even jumping, it's just his normal combo is just gigantic. His air combo is huge and he does a lot of damage. Oh, by the way, his down combo does the most damage in the game. I think I never seen damage with like that down combo. And his air combo is pretty decent as well. His tilt is not really that good. I would say it's average. It's okay. And his grab hitbox is gigantic. It's actually gigantic. So like, and he has access to two really good jutsus, I would say. One really good and one better than the other. The wood style is kind of an alright jutsu, and it'll work for Hashirama. But the one that's really good is his Shuriken jutsu, which pretty much is one of the best supports again in the entire game because it just follows you and forces you to back off. So either way, those two jutsu just make Hashirama just very good character and very easy ultimate jutsu cancel as well. So I think this character deserves to be in S tier. I'm gonna place this character in S tier mainly due to because of I've seen players what they can do with this character and it's overwhelming. It overwhelms me by looking at it. And like his combos just itself is just amazing. And if you use it the correct way, you can seem broken. Next up, we have the second Hokage, which is Toby Rama Senju. So Toby Rama is a little bit on the normal side compared to his brother, because his brother is kind of busted. But Toby Rama actually has very good combos. He has decent range, decent speed, and his air combo is actually very good. The fact that you can actually he shoots projectiles at the opponents, which you can pretty much if you time it correctly, they can sub in place of the water style, so you can kind of bait a sub in the air and also on the ground as well. I believe his up combo shoots projectiles, which if you sub in correctly, you can kind of bait out a sub. His grab is pretty average. I would say nothing too special about it. His tilt is very good. He just surfs at the opponent and it tracks super hard, and you can pretty much just use this opportunity to switch it to another character, and then just bust down the guard with pressure. And last but not least, his jutsu. So he has two jutsus, which is the water style Water Dragon Jutsu, which I would say is not really the jutsu to use for this character, and also the water style Water Wall. So Water Wall actually has a very big hitbox and is very powerful. So the best thing is like the jutsus that you can use by yourself and support, and they're both very good, are the best in this game. So the Water Wall is very good for both. Good support and also good cancel damage for Toby Rama. You can get like a clean 50 if you know what you're doing. Like, no joke. Actually, just clean 50 and an easy ultimate jutsu cancel. So with that, I would say Toby Rama is a very solid character, very good character. I'm gonna place this man in A tier. And now we have Hiruzen Sarutobi. So Hiruzen's combos are not that good. It's probably one of the worst things about this character. So Hiruzen's combos they're very slow and they have no range. They're kind of just they're kind of laughable, honestly, if you really play with him. Now you can work with him, but it's the fact that you have to get close with Hiruzen to actually do something. His guard pressure is not even that good either. His air combo is pretty big. That pole he uses to hit opponents with is pretty huge, but it's not overwhelming. His tilt is not really that good. You can use it to switch out to another opponent, switch to another character, and get some damage off, but honestly, it's really not that good. And his grab does have decent range, but it's not that good. His tilt and his grab is average. His air combo is pretty good. His combos are average. I'll put it that way. It's kind of just an average character overall. Now he does have He does have 3 jutsus, which is they're okay. They're something okay. Obviously, the best one is obviously the fire style, but the other 2 in the correct situations can work as well. Water style and also the fire bomb jutsu that he has, and he has decent ultimate jutsu cancel. So, Haru's he's not the best character in the game. Not by a long shot. I'm actually gonna put Hiruzen in C tier. He's just kind of average. Like if his combos, if he really didn't have average stuff, I would probably put him in D tier. Like he's not really that good. But I would say C tier is probably the right place for him. All right, so before I made this tier list, I knew that around 4 characters, probably some people would disagree with me and say that these characters were S tier. Hashirama, Donzo, Minato, and A. Those characters, I think that people are gonna disagree with me and say those characters are probably S tier. But we're gonna talk about that. So I said Hashirama was S tier because I truly do believe he is S tier. Now let's go with Minato now. Minato is a very good character in this game. Let's go with Alive Minato first, and then we can go to Dead Minato later. So Alive Minato is one of the best characters in the game. So his combos are very good. They're very fast, very big hitbox, and do a lot of damage, and has probably the best canceling of any character in the game. His air combo is decent. It's not amazing, but it has decent range. This character has very good guard pressure and can break the guard pretty easily with his Rasengan. His tilt is, I'm gonna be honest, his tilt's not really that good, but the fact that you can cancel it with your shurikens that makes it good. You can make it have no lag, so you don't have to commit, which is pretty insane. It's probably the only combo that can, only tilt that can actually do this. So it makes the tilt good. The fact that you can cancel it and you can pretty much bait it out, or you can go all in and commit, and you want to risk anything because it's a projectile. So it's a tilt that literally has no commit whatsoever, and that's really good in this game. His grab, honestly, not that good. It has one of the biggest ranges in the game, but it leaves him wide open, and it's very obvious that it's coming. So I would say it's pretty much okay for this character. It's not amazing. It's just okay. And of course, he has a Rasengan. Now, I do believe Minato, in my opinion, has the best Rasengan. He has good power, good speed, and it doesn't look like a Rasengan at all. You can pretty much just use it, and you're definitely gonna get people with this Rasengan. So this character is very debatable. Very debatable. So normally this character will probably, on paper, he looks like a B tier character, a B tier hero. But so many people have played him. I've seen what Minato can do to the max potential, and it's insane. But still, he's not really that good. He's not really like an S tier material. I don't think he's S tier material. He doesn't have anything that makes him really S tier. Just people play him in the way of an S tier. People are so good with this character because he's kind of just easy mode. But I'm actually gonna place Minato in A tier. I do believe he is an A tier person. I like one of the top of the A tier. He's not S tier at all, but he's definitely one of the best characters in the entire game. All right, now we have Minato, which is reanimated. So this one's kind of different. So this Minato is all about speed. He has unlimited amounts of speed. He's one of the fastest characters in the game because he can basically just teleport. And also, all of his combos pretty much have speed. So his neutral combo is, I think, one of the fastest neutral combos I've ever seen in this game, but it does no damage. His down combo that's his main damage dealer, but it's very long, which means the opponent has more than enough time to get a sub, regenerate his subs, which means overall it's not really that good. So overall, that means his combos are not really that good. They're just really fast and very good for baiting out subs, and he's very easy to cancel it with as well. Doesn't have that good guard pressure. His air combo is pretty good as well because it's a teleporting air combo, which means if you time it correctly, you can actually just send Minato to attack the opponent. You can just switch out and be scot-free. His grab is pretty amazing. It's really fast and it kind of has no lag on it whatsoever. His tilts, I'll say this. I'll say it's an okay tilt. It's definitely one of the most creative tilts in the game because you can just keep teleporting back and forth and you can get really good damage off it, especially with the combo with the grab. So it's a pretty good tilt. And his Rasengan damage is one of the least in this game. It is the least amount of damage in the entire game, at least in terms of Rasengan. There's the least amount of damage. So overall, he's not really, his Rasengan is not really that good. So Minato has all this speed and canceling, but he just struggles to get damage. So with all that being said, I'm actually gonna put Minato in B tier because you can be really good with this character. You can bait out subs really good, and you can really cheese your opponent. But he's definitely not one of the best characters in the game. He's just a very solid character. Alright, so now we have Lady Tsunade. So I will be making some very big comparisons to Sakura because they're kind of the same character, but with slightly different stuff. So Tsunade's combos are really good. They're really solid. They have okay range and okay power and okay speed. She can still get prioritized by some faster people, but she's kind of her combos are kind of decent. Her air combo is not really amazing, but her first hit does have okay range. She does lash out and she does get in there. Her tilt, I would say, is worse than Sakura's kind of in every way. Sakura's actually goes into a combo and goes some distance. Tsunade just goes a bigger distance and allows a switch in for another character, which is pretty good, but there are better tilts that can do more awesome stuff. Like Sakura goes some distance and she can get her own combo off and it has no punish, while Tsunade's can be punished, which is not that good. Her grab is decent, average really, and her jutsu, she has one of the best jutsus in the entire game. As support or as Tsunade herself, she can get a lot of stuff off, but she's mainly known for about breaking the guard and really just wailing on them. But I would say there's better characters for doing that. Tsunade is still a good solid character. Plus she has an infinite combo to extend her combos, but that's not really enough to put her at like the best of the best. So I think Tsunade kind of deserves to be in B tier. She's a good solid pick, but I would say that if you want someone who's better at breaking shields, use someone who's better at breaking shields. Alright, so now we have Donzo, one of the characters that I would say that people would put in S tier. Now, I would say the main reason for putting Donzo in S tier is because of his awakening. His awakening is one of the best awakenings in the entire game, but we're not doing awakenings for this tier list. We're actually going to just talk about the characters themselves and then do awakenings probably in another video. So with Donzo, let's look at everything Donzo can really do outside of his awakening and see if he's actually S tier material. So his combos, they have very good range and they have very good forward momentum, which means he can kind of just walk up towards you while he's fighting, and they have decent speed. His air combo is kind of bad. Not air combo. His air combo is kind of average. Really, there's nothing too bad about it. His grab, he literally just walks up towards you and grabs you, like, and he has a lot of horizontal distance because he just walks up towards you. And his tilt is, I would say, is a very, very good tilt, but it would be broken if he could, if he had no lag on it, because this is actually one of the only tilts where he has a literal projectile for a tilt, and not just one but two. If you get hit by one of them, then you're staggered. If you get hit by both of them, then you get put into a strike back. And actually, Donzo is actually one of the best people for having a strike back, which he has a grab that goes to a strike back, his normal combo, and also his jutsu and his tilts. So he has very good strike back materials. His jutsu is one of the best projectiles in the entire game, not including the fire style. I would say it's right under the fire style for the best projectile because it eats other projectiles, and also it's insanely fast. It's super quick and does so much instant damage. So, and Donzo can use his ass himself and end it and get more damage off, and also using that supporters is amazing. It's super good, but there are definitely like better stuff in the game. But Donzo has one of the best projectiles in the entire game. And very good ultimate jutsu cancel. I would say Donzo deserves to be an A tier just by himself because he has pretty good materials. Because the only thing that he lacks in terms of like a character is his air combo. His air combo is pretty normal compared to everything else that he has. But if that's the only thing that's bad about him, he's still an amazing character in this game. You can really cheese your opponent if you know what you're doing with Donzo. Now we have my favorite character in the series and in the game, which is Gara. So Gara is his PTS version is definitely better than this character. Once we get into that part of the tier list, I'm gonna explain a lot on that character. But this version of Gara is kind of a downgrade. So this character is definitely one of my most used characters in this entire game. So I can give you a pretty good description of the tier I put him in. So Gara has pretty good combos, I would say. They do a lot of damage, plus he can flip back and do more damage with his ultimate, so it's very good. Plus he has an infinite combo on his first 2 hits, which is not really amazing, but he does have it. The one thing that Gara lacks in terms of combos is range, actual horizontal range, and guard pressure. This character actually has no guard pressure whatsoever. He just has the first 2 hits, and then he just kind of just stops. Like, he kind of just stops. He can kind of do the up combo, but still, there's way better characters doing the guard pressure off, and he kind of pushes you back too, so you can't follow up with it. Next is air combo, which is air combo is undoubtedly one of the best in the game. It has a huge hitbox, and the fact that you can actually switch out and let Gara keep attacking, and Gara just throws him away. And plus, this is one of the only air combos that leads to a strike back, which is amazing. Now, the one bad thing about this air combo is that if you use it in the air and you don't chakra dash, you're kind of just floating in the air for a good portion of time, which is pretty bad in this game. But you can easily just get past that by switching out or by chakra dashing out of it. But that has happened many times where I'm trying to attack a person, I'm kind of just out of range with my air combo, and I'm just sitting there, and then they can just punish me. Gara definitely has he definitely has a really good grab. It's really good. The fact that you can barely even see it, and the fact that it goes out so far, which is very good. He has an unblockable tilt, but I would say this tilt is not really that good because it leaves him wide open. And most of the time, you're not going to be hitting this tilt a lot because it doesn't track. It just has a designated area where it's supposed to go. And it's really just not that good. It is unblockable, but you're not really going to. His jutsus are okay. Sand Tsunami, it will work. I would say it's kind of a bad support because it's not full screen. And also, you can kind of just jump over it. It's like you just jump over it. And Sand Shower is probably the better jutsu for Gara. But Sand Shower is basically a better jutsu for Gara. Most definitely a better jutsu, I would say. And very easy ultimate jutsu cancel. So with all that, I was really debating where I should put Gara. He's probably the most character I was debating where to put him, because he's definitely not A tier. Kind of not B tier either. He's kind of C tier, but it's kind of hard for me to put him in C tier. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put him in B tier. At the max potential, he's definitely a B tier character because he does have range, but not horizontal range. He just has range that, like, in a kind of a 360. Sometimes Gara can kind of hit behind you most of the time, but it's not amazing whatsoever. He's definitely not an amazing character. Alright, so now we have Conqueror. So I believe this is the first Puppet Master that we're doing today. So I'm gonna let you guys know, I am not the best at Puppet Masters. I just kind of know the basics of a Puppet Master, and I can use a Puppet Master to win in a fight, but I am definitely not a Puppet Master specialist. So my ranking of Conqueror is probably going to be wrong on so many levels. I'm pretty sure a Puppet Master specialist would probably put Conqueror in maybe A tier or B tier or something like that, because I think 2 people said in my tutorial that Conqueror is the best Puppet Master out of all of them, but I'm not sure if that's true because I'm not a specialist, so I don't know. But just what I can see, Conqueror has pretty good combos. He definitely has a big hitbox on his puppets, and they can do a lot of damage. His air combo, I would say it's just average. Nothing too bad about it. At least it hits. Chiyo sometimes kind of doesn't hit most of the time, so that's kind of a plus. His tilt is pretty good, actually. It's just a tilt that sends his puppets pretty much in a line. No matter where they are, and it goes to a strike back if they're hit, which is pretty good. I would say it's pretty decent for a puppet master, kind of just getting the opponent off you. And his grab is pretty decent as well. The puppets do have a lot of range when you're grabbing, so if you're fighting at far range, you can kind of just go get them into a combo and they're blocking, and you can just use the grab and really get damage off. And last but not least, his ultimate jutsu cancel. So his ultimate jutsu, is I would say it's pretty good, specifically for a puppet master, because he can cancel up into it, and also because he can literally just, you don't have to be close. At least it goes far, and unlike Chiyo's, which Chiyo's has to be very close up to actually use it. And last but not least, I forgot to mention his actual jutsu. So his jutsu, I would say, is not really that good, especially as support, because if any of Conqueror gets hit, it cancels out the support. So if the puppets get hit, just stop. If Conqueror gets hit, just stop. So overall, he's not really that good of a support, but using his Conqueror is still not really that good, because it's kind of hard to hit the bombs as well, and you won't get amazing damage off if you do. So it's just kind of alright. It's not bad, but it's definitely not good. So I think Conqueror belongs in C tier. In my opinion, I think Conqueror is probably he does have very good damage, but I think there are better puppet masters than him. I think Sasori's the best puppet master, I'm just gonna say. But of course, I'm not a specialist, that's just my opinion. But yeah, I think Conqueror is pretty C tier. Next up, we have Tamari. So Tamari was a very bad character. I remember when I practiced with Tamari, kind of the first 2 years after the game came out, Tamari had a bad melee combo. Her long range combos did decent damage. You know, they were alright. Her tilt was kind of bad. Her grab was kind of bad. It's mainly due to her melee combo was really bad. And the fact that you legit couldn't cancel up into your ultimate, which means she didn't have an ultimate jutsu cancel. And like it was just bad. But now they kind of buffed her a little bit. Now that when I practice with her, she has some stuff. So the first thing is that her long range combos, or they always were. Her long range combos are just good. I would say they are very good, and they push the opponent back, which that's what you want with your long range character. Plus she has she moves with the long range. So if you want to do the up combo, she goes up with it. She want to do the down combo kind of tracks the opponents and allows you to she kind of slides back a little bit. So she has movement in her long range combos. Plus, it's really good because her long range combos kind of push the opponent back. They just keep pushing them back, which is really good. Her tilt is very good. So it's this defensive tilt where she kind of just creates like a little whirlwind force field and just pushes the opponent back, which it leads into a strike back as well to get more. You can use it to get more damage off. Her grab is pretty okay, but the one thing that really did buff her in is her melee combo that she has. Now she can actually cancel into her ultimate jutsu, and her melee combo actually goes into a strike back after the combo is done, which is very good for Tamari because after a strike back she gets so much damage whenever the opponent's in the air because she can just keep pushing them back. So good. And her jutsu is pretty good as well. I would say this is one of the best long range jutsus that have very good tracking. It will literally go right or left if the opponent is literally just dodging left or right. So it has a very good tracking, but you can't just jump over. So I would say it's just very good. So before Tamari got changed, I would have probably put her in D tier because she was actually bad. Maybe even F tier. She was really bad before. But now they made some changes to her. Now she has a really good jutsu. She has very good melee combos, very good long range combos, and a pretty good tilt and an okay grab, I would say. So with all that, I'm actually gonna bump her up to C tier. She's definitely not amazing, but you can really do work with her. Alright, so next up we got A the Raikage. So again, this is one of my most played characters in this entire game, and A is definitely a very good pressure character, but that's kind of all A has. He just has pressure and momentum. So with his combos are just on point, just very good and very good pressure. It's very hard to get him off you. Air combo is just kind of average, probably a little bit below average because his grab is kind of slow whenever he throws him down to the ground. His tilt, he just dashes at you and just punches you and goes to a strike back, which is it's kind of okay. You know, it does what it does. Nothing too much to it. His jutsu, it would be amazing if Raikage could cancel it to get more damage, but he can't. It's too slow. So just because of that, it's just kind of be used as support. His lariat is pretty much just used as support most of the time, or to switch out from another character. But even still, it's very good for busting down the guard because it does so much damage to it. You switch it to another character, you get so much damage with it as well. And a very good ultimate jutsu. So with all that, I would say that A pretty much just specializes in his combos most of the time and his pressure. If he doesn't have that, then he's kind of trash, low key. He's very trash. Nothing really too good about him. So I think I'm actually gonna put A in B tier, just because he is a very good character, but he can be walled out by a lot of stuff. If you just have a decent support to block him out, or if you just have a kind of a long range character or anything that deals with long range or mid range, he kind of just loses his power most of the time. Alright, so now we're moving on to the Killer B. So we're going to do the one without the shark skin first. So without the shark skin, his combos are really good. So B himself actually just has range with his feet and with his air combo. He just has a lot of range and very good speeds. His combos are, I would say, very good. One of the best things about B. His tilt is very good as well. It's just he points to the opponent and he just spins towards him, and you get pressure for either you or your partner that you're playing with. His grab is pretty decent. It will hit most of the time and it's kind of fast, but it's not anything amazing. His jutsu for this B actually has tracking for this one. He has more tracking than the other B. So with that, his support is just amazing. One of the very good support. But using SB, it's just kind of okay. You can do more damage, but you're better off kind of just using that support because that's kind of what it is very good as. So with all of that, I think I'm actually gonna put this B in A tier. He's a very good character. He's kind of one of those characters where he's like a jack of all trades. He doesn't have anything really bad about him, and everything that he has is good or more. And now we have A with the shark skin. So A with the shark skin, he kind of trades in some of his speed for more power. They're basically kind of the same character, but they're just kind of slightly different. So with this Killer B, he does have more range now. With his shark skin, it does give him more range with his stuff, but he kind of loses like a little bit of speed with that. Air combo is basically the same, and his tilt is kind of worse, way worse. Now he just sends the sword kind of just in front of him, but it's honestly his previous tilt was way better. His grab range is massive. He has better range than before, and it's just so big. And this time he has the rising bomber, but this time it does more damage, but it only goes straight. So using support is actually kind of a nerf because it only goes straight, so you might as well just be using Chidori because it tracks and it has the same amount of damage. So it's just that good. And using as B, you can get so much damage on it. That is like the lariat. That's a little lariat that he has, and it does so much damage. But I would say I'm gonna put this B in B tier, not A tier, just simply because he lacks speed that the other B had, and his tilt is worse, but his grab is better. But the main thing I'm really putting him in B tier is because of his jutsu. His jutsu, the previous B could use it for himself and for support. For this B, he mainly just using it for himself to end off damage, but his support is heavily nerfed. It's really not that good compared to the other one, so that's why I'm putting him in B tier. Next up, we have Darwin. So Darwin is a pretty good character in this game. I played him a little bit, and he's very fun to play as. So Darwin's combos are very solid. They have a lot of range because he has a sword, and they're kind of fast too. His air combo is kind of the same way too. Just because he has a sword, he has a little bit more range than usual than a normal character. His tilt is sort of like Toby Rama's, where he kind of surfs towards the opponents, but this one he can actually go into a combo with it. So it's actually kind of better that his tilt's kind of better than Toby Rama, just because he can go into a combo right afterwards and get pressure off, and then switch to a character, and then just so much other stuff. His grab is pretty, it's okay. It's strictly okay. It's not anything too big about it. His jutsu, so his jutsu as Darwin is trash, actually garbage. But using it as support is amazing, especially at long range. You can wall off people who require to be at close range, like Rock Lee or the Raikage or Kabuto. You know, all these characters that require to be at range, he can kind of just wall you off, and he has some he pushes you at some distance, which is very good for its. But with all that, I think I'm actually gonna put Darwin in B tier. He would actually been in A tier if it wasn't because of his jutsu. If his jutsu was a little bit better, I probably would have put him in A tier. But the fact that if you use Darwin as himself with that jutsu, he's gonna get punished pretty hard, especially if you use it at the wrong distance, a little bit too close to the opponent. You're gonna get punished pretty hard. Next up, we have Enoki. So Enoki is definitely one of the characters that people just don't play in this game, and I have no idea why. He definitely has some of the most unique tools in this game. So Enoki's combos, range-wise, they're not really that good until he gets like the third hit or more. But his first like 2 or 3 hits, they're not good at all. And actually, you can just out prioritize him most of the time with faster characters, or outrange him with characters that have bigger ranges. So overall, his combos are kind of just not that good. And his guard pressure is again not that good as well. But his air combo is pretty unique. So once he does his air combo, I believe around the second or third hit, he rotates some boulders around him. Now these boulders actually do hit behind him as well. So if a person subs at the wrong time, you can actually just hit them and be safe. His tilt is also very unique. I would say it's a very good tilt. So his tilt is he pretty much just rotates boulders around him and then throw the boulders at him. So the fact that he has no actual like lag on it, so he just gets the boulders and he's protected, and then he throws the boulders out. So it's a projectile that almost goes full screen, and also the boulders actually protect him as they're coming up from the ground, which means he's protected on startup, which is pretty good as well. Plus those boulders sends the opponent into a strike back. So already like he's a pretty good tilt. His grab is pretty average. And his jutsu is one of the things I would say why you should pick Enoki, because his jutsu is very good, especially for support. So using it as Enoki is very good for canceling, getting more damage off, and also for supports is also very good, because even if you hit Enoki as a support, the boulders will still come out, which is kind of insane in this game, just because like if you hit your support, the support's not coming out, but only for very few supports you can actually get the jutsu up regardless if they're being hit or not. So I would say Enoki is kind of in the C tier. He does have some very useful stuff, but most of the stuff that he's not good in, he's really not good in. So Mei is also one of those characters where I was really debating of where to put her on this tier list, because she's very good. But let me discuss some of the stuff with her and let me tell you what I'm talking about. So Mei has amazing range. So she has good range, she has amazing combos, she has resets, and she has just overall just really good combos. But the main thing about her combos that makes her really good are the first 2 hits. The first 2 hits launch a water ball, or 2 or 3 water balls, or water pistols, or what you want to call it. Water bullets, there you go. And it pretty much tracks the opponent super hard anywhere on the map. Now those 2 water bullets normally won't be a problem most of the time, but the fact that at mid-range usually it will pretty much extend her range by a lot because it tracks super hard, which means they will never miss most of the time. This is huge on Mei. And also the fact that her air combo also are water bullets as well, which means that if the opponent subs at the wrong time, they can just sub in place because the game pretty much tell you that, hey, I'm just gonna sub in place because the water bullets are hitting me right here. And you can, so if they sub the wrong time, you can just be safe and just keep hitting them. For her tilted, she pretty much just makes it rain on the opponent, which is normally actually not that good. And it's really not that good of a tilt because it leaves her wide open and the jutsu kind of doesn't hit most of the time. Her grab is, I would say, is okay. Sometimes it can miss majority of the time, but if you know how to cancel it, she can just, you know, just aim it properly. You can use it. And oh, I forgot to mention, Mei also has an infinite combo, which that is very good, should be noted. And Mei actually has two juices, which is a lava style, which is an amazing support because it even hits the opponent while the lava is still on the ground, and also does amazing damage as Mei herself, or even Mei supports. You can follow up with it as well. But also she has access to the water style water dragon jutsu. So if you combined her the water bullets that she shoots out with the water dragon, that's a true combo at mid to close range. So that means she could just shoot out the first two hits, shoot out water dragon, and they're stunned for so long that it will actually hit, literally hit. And that's kind of insane that she can just get off 20% of your health bar, just kind of just either across the map or at mid range. With all that, I think I'm actually gonna put her in A tier, just because she's a really good character. But honestly, if her air combo, not her air combo, if her tilt and her grab were better, she could have probably be a contender for either the top of A tier or an S tier character, because she's a really good character with really unique materials, and she can kind of seem overpowered if you know how to use her. But I think she's just A tier material. And the final character for this tier list is Mafune. Now Mafune is again one of them underrated characters that people kind of just never use, but Mafune actually has a lot of range because he has a weapon and he is insanely fast with his combos. They do so much damage in the very short amount of time for his combo. They do so much, especially his down combo. There's so much damage. He has very good guard pressure. His air combo kind of sucks, I ain't gonna lie. It's pretty bad. His tilt is not really that good. It's okay, I would say. So it's his tilt is he steps back and then he slashes in an upward angle and then he can immediately go into a combo. But it's okay because you're kind of just, most of the time you're kind of just flipping your opponent out of your range most of the time if they get hit by that first part of the tilt, which means it's kind of okay. His grab is kind of okay as well. It's not the best thing in the world. Now his jutsu could be very awesome for Mafune if he can cancel into it, but his jutsu literally just kind of just zooms them halfway across the map, and if the opponent is for some reason not guarding, they're gonna get hit by it and get like a clean, probably a good chunk of their health bar off. So it could be very useful, but actually it's not really that good. The dancing blade hazard there's no confirm into it, which means it's not really that good. So using as him or as support is kind of not good at all because there's no legitimate cancel into it, and you're pretty much just relying on if the opponent is dumb enough not to press the R2 button and just guard. So with that, I would say Mafune kind of just has grounded combos only. That's all he really has. Everything else is kind of just either bad or just kind of average. So with that, I'm actually gonna put Mafune in B tier. I think he's a really good character with a decent amount of range, but overall he's just simply just not the best. And there we go, we have did the second page of the Naruto roster. We got some B tiers, got some C tiers, and got some A tiers and S tiers. So the very next episode, or the next part of this tiers, will be doing Madara all the way through Haku. So this is going to be interesting because we're going to get into some of these very juicy characters like Nagato, Pain, Obito, Kaguya, and Madara, which I'm going to have some pretty good words on those type of characters. But if you guys did enjoy yourself, make sure to leave a like down below. Make sure to tell me what are some changes you would make to my tier list for some of these characters, because I already know that my tier list is definitely not going to be the best for a lot of people, but this is what I feel on most characters. Like I reviewed this tier list pretty much 3 times while I was doing it. So the first time, some characters were S tier and some characters were more A tier, and then I kind of just thought about it more over time, and then I really thought, like, are they really A tier or are they really B tier? That's kind of what I was thinking. But thank you guys for watching. My name is 12, and I'll see you guys next time.